5 card Oma-Stud. Last card on the river is wild only on your hand.
In your hand.
Not on the board.
Okay. So we got to keep that.
Sounds more complicated than it is.
Yeah. For sure.
So whatever the river card is, it's wild in your hand only, not on the board.
Yeah.
What kind of crazy shenanigans did I get myself into? I guess the farther south you go, the crazier the games get. And that is what's about to happen in this video. Home games taken to the extreme. It's our last day in El Paso, Sunday. It's time to go home, but before we head back, why not play another quick session before hitting the road? Came down to EP for a meetup game, so if you haven't checked out that video, I'll leave it down below. It might help you in understanding what kind of games we're gonna go over. At Sun City Card Club, they have a morning promotion going on at 11 a.m. every day, I believe. The first 6 people that come in through the doors get a free $100 added to their stack. I'm not sure how long they're doing this for, but if you're nearby, come on down and get a free $100 to do something that you're already going to be doing anyway. So it's $30 for the day pass and the 3 hours minimum of playing, and you get that free $100. So that's what we do. We start off with $270 in our stack, as does everybody else, and let's get started. We play the normal $1, $2 no limit hold'em, but I thought it'd be cool to just share the home games that we decided to play. As you know, at this location, every orbit there's a bomb pot where the red button gets to the dealer and that player gets to decide the game that we play. I'm going to do my best to describe the games as we go, but like I said, I'd really recommend you checking out the video down below or the playlist that I've created with all the Sun City sessions we've played. Any of those videos really describe in detail what's going on and what's about to happen. We are 7-handed to start, and the first hand we're going to go over is the famous Oma-Stud game. To win half the pot, it's like normal Omaha, 2 cards from your whole cards combined with 3 from the community cards. And to win the other half of the pot, it's stud in your hand, so the best 5-card hand from your whole cards. It seems pretty standard if you've seen the videos I've done here in the past, but some of these hands are unlike anything we've ever done before. We actually add wilds to the mix. The player that chose the bomb pot this round wanted to play with wild cards.
5 card Oma-Stud. Last card on the river is wild only on your hand.
In your hand.
Not on the board.
Okay.
So we got to keep that.
Sounds more complicated than it is.
Yeah. For sure.
So whatever the river card is, it's wild in your hand only, not on the board.
So hopefully you got all that. 5-card Oma-Stud. The river is wild, but only for you. So for example, if the river is a 4 and you have a 4 in your hand, then it's wild. I know, insane, right? I bet no one has this kind of stuff out on YouTube. Like I've always said, guys, I like different, and this is the exact definition of different. So let's see what happens. So we look down at ace, king, jack, 6-3 in the end of the gun. I guess a decent hand for Omaha, double suited, and some high cards, hoping the river is one of those cards so we can get a wild. As far as the stud part though, we have garbage, only have ace high. Onto the board now, and it comes 2 kings and a 9. So tripped for us, best kicker. The blinds check and flow. I think the rule is we have to bet here. We have 75% of the kings, only 1 more king available. Again, it's tricky because we're playing 2 games, one Omaha and the other stud. But all that said, we do bet out $25.
Damn, it makes you want to stay because you don't know what that river card is.
Yeah, he's right. If that river card comes out one of your whole cards in your hand, then you're golden. Like for us, if it comes a 3, a 6, ace, or jack, we have quads. So I think betting out is the best option. The least amount of players to see the river, the better. The hijack calls $25, action on the cutoff, and he announces pot for $135. Yep, that'll get the BS out of there for sure. And as expected, it does. The button folds, blinds fold, action back on us. I mean, we only have a king. King 9 beats us, pocket 9s is winning. Or the guy could just have a solid stud hand in his hand, like a straight or 3 of a kind. It's hard to know. He doesn't have that much behind, and I'm thinking if we are behind king 9 or 9's full, we have any of our cards as outs. And we got a free $100, so playing with house money, let's do this. We call, the hijack folds, so heads up. Everyone is like, damn, you can't believe the hand that I folded. Nah, you can't believe the hand that I folded. He only has a handful of chips behind, 40 bucks or so, and we kind of just agree to check it down and be friendly.
Check. Check it here.
Otherwise, I'd follow. No, check it through.
Yeah.
I gotta do something. Where's the wild?
Right.
18. Pocket ace. Ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I folded a set in my hand. I
So I needed any of those cards.
So we both have ace king in our hand, same on the board, so we split that half, and he takes the stud part because he has a pair of aces. So we get quartered in this one, or do we?
No one had a river.
I have a flush on the board.
Wow. Forgot scoop. Wow. Nice hand.
And that's gonna be a sweeper.
Fuck, he does have a flush with ace 8 of spades. Being quartered was bad enough, but now none of the chips go our way. Any of our cards would have done the trick, besides the ace, any jack, 6, or 3, or at least a non-spade, and we win some of the money. That's gambling for you though, going from being quartered to losing it all. And we have to add on some more chips, add a few stacks of reds topping off, and about 30 minutes later, the next big Oma-Stud hand we get involved in is even more wild. 2 times as wild to be exact, cause it's not 5-card Oma-Stud, it's 6-card Oma-Stud, and all the 6s are wild in this one. In your hand, only the 6s are wild. So for example, if there's a 6 on the board, then it's just a regular 6. Only in your hand, they're wild. Got it? Good. We look down at ace, king, queen, jack, 10, 6. So not only do we have a wild card in our hand, we also have Broadway in our hand. So it's straight to the ace. Almost a royal flush too, if the ace or jack was a diamond. So feeling really good with what we got. The board comes out small cards though. It's 8, 6, 3 rainbow. It doesn't do much for us, but we have a wild still, remember that? We're in the low jack this hand, so a little better position also. Action checks to the button, who bets out $15. The small blind cold calls $15. Big blind folds, under the gun folds. We are next act. We have a wild and a solid stud hand, so we call. The hijack calls and cutoff folds, so going 4 ways, cutting the players down in half. The turn comes, the 9 of diamonds. The small blind checks, we check because we don't have a lock on the board, so don't really want to bet, and then someone pots it and we're forced to call in hopes to catch on the river. The hijack checks and the button says, all right, might as well. He checks behind, so action checks all the way around this time, off to a free river, which is the 8 of diamonds, Bink, our dream card. You're probably thinking, what do you mean, Matt? You have a flush on a paired board. That's not that good of a hand. But remember, our 6 in our hand is wild, so our 10 of diamonds and our wild card turns into a 7 of diamonds for a straight flush. The absolute nuts, the stone cold nuts, and we have Broadway in our hand, so life is amazing right now. The small blind first to act leads for $60. We are next and obviously gonna raise. We can't lose. Let's just pile chips in the middle as much as we can. So we announce pot, which is a little more than what we have in our stack. So an all in from us, $262. The hijack folds, the button folds, the small blind who led, the same guy who we faced last hand, he makes the call.
Oh, it's big flush and flush in my hand.
I have a straight flush and I have the nut straight flush, so it's a chop.
He said he had a straight flush and a flush in his hand, and I'm like, I have the nut straight flush. I'm thinking he has 7, 5 of diamonds for a smaller straight flush, because we have the 10 of diamonds and a wild card. Even if he has the 5 of diamonds and a wild card, we still have a bigger straight flush.
Chocolate, he has a higher strip. Yeah. Same one. I got 2 wilds.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you got 2 wilds? Quarters?
That makes sense. I have a straight.
He has a straight. What do you got?
I almost had a royal flush. I get 2 quarters. That's crazy.
Nope, he has 2 wild cards in his hand. Oh my god, are you freaking kidding me? I don't know how to react right now, I'm not gonna lie. This is just insane. I mean, I have 1 wild card in my hand. There's a non-6 wild on the board, and you're telling me this guy has the remaining 2 wilds? Come on. You gotta be joking, right? Again, I don't know how to react. I don't know whether to laugh, get pissed off, I don't know. So we lose a lot again and get quartered. It seemed like this guy couldn't lose. He was on an absolute tear. Another Oma-Stud hand, he had 2 wilds in his whole cards. So another hand that couldn't be beaten. We're in the small blind in this one. There was a new player to El Paso and to the club in general. So we decided to chill out on the wilds this one. So just a normal Oma-Stud hand, no wilds. Hoping for some 6s, but nope. It's Jack 10-2 with 2 diamonds. Action checks around. Turn is another Jack. Why can't 6s be wild in this hand? We got 2 of them. Someone bets out and we fold our garbage. So just showing an Oma-Stud hand that wasn't as crazy as the first few. Another not so crazy hand that we don't flop anything. We check, someone bets, and just forced to fold. But moving on to this Oma-Stud hand, it was the guy who's been winning this entire time, most of the bomb pots, that decided the game.
No wild, regular.
Wilds are your thing.
I know, I don't feel.
You don't feel the wild?
Not this time.
I guess he wasn't feeling the wilds this time, even though he's gotten 2 almost every bomb pot. It's 6-card Oma-Stud, and we look down at ace, queen, 10, 9, 6, 4 in middle position. The flop comes 10, 5, 3 with 2 diamonds. It checks to the low jack to our left, who bets out $15, get a few callers, the cutoff, and the button. And I don't see how we can win this hand. We have ace high in our hand for the stud part and drawing on the board. And it's not even to the nuts with diamonds, just open-ended straight. So we fold again, wanting to get more involved in these kind of hands because they're fun with all the action and possibilities. Just not connecting on the board makes it not so fun. I know I'm just showing you guys the bomb pot hands, but we're still playing normal no limit hold'em majority of the time. We're just card dead, folding pre-flop mostly. Look down at 2 cards and fold them. Look down at another 2 cards, the same thing, and just not getting anything going. But this next bomb pot hand is a straight up Omaha double board bomb pot. We look down at a really good hand for Omaha, aces and suited. The top board comes 8, 7, 3 with 2 diamonds. Absolutely nothing there. And the bottom comes even worse, 9, 3, 2 with 2 spades. Really? What kind of boards are those? We're in middle position again, same as last hand. We check, the low jack to our left bets out $20. The cutoff calls, small blind calls, and we just let it go, kind of over it already. Tired of bleeding out, giving away money it seems like, but we play the 3 hours as the promotion states, and we take what's left of our chips and cash them out. We end up losing $370 total on the session, but only $300 of our money because of the early bird promotion. So not really the way we wanted to end this El Paso trip, but it still was fun getting in some wild and unorthodox hands for you guys. It was a blast coming back down for our meetup game. We got to play at a new location as well. And like I said, you have this video because I guarantee no other poker vlogger has these type of home games out on YouTube. Last thing before I go, Happy New Year to everybody. Let's make the year 2025 a great one and come follow the Gains train. You guys already know, I'm Matty Ice, this is Gains Poker. Peace out.